Give my mobile barabar.
Good afternoon, all. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah,
All
we
right,
are
all right.
audible.
I think we'll start now. Very warm welcome to the technical outreach session of ADITI 4.0. And as we all know that 25 challenges have been launched now under the various Tri-Services and Defense Space Agency. So the grants up to 1.5 crore for this 14 and 25 crore in ADITI 4.0 are offered, and I think the same has already been told to all of you now.
Yep.
All right, so without delaying any further, I'll pass it on to Commander Paul for the said challenge design and development of quantum radar. Commander Paul, can you hear us? Yes. I'll just share the screen as well. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Commander Paul, you may start.
DIO, this is Commander Paul. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Loud and clear, Roger. Uh, Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Commander Paul Ranjan from the Directorate of Staff Requirements. I am the nodal officer for this particular project for the design and development of a quantum radar. I will just briefly explain what is our expectations from this particular project, and thereafter I will take questions if there are any. So the primary design and development effort which we are looking at is on two specific fronts. The first is for generation of a quantum entangled pair at room temperatures without dependency on cryogenic cooling infrastructure. This is our first deliverable which we are looking at is for generation of the quantum entangled pairs at room temperature. This further to the generation of the entangled pairs, we are looking at the development of the electronics and the sensing to enable radar detection through a quantum radar with demonstrable improvements over a classical radar. So we are looking at not a deployed product, we are looking at a laboratory demonstrator of a quantum radar based on room temperature quantum entangled pair, which has a measurable advantage over a classical baseline radar with regards to detection in a highly cluttered EM environment, or with regards to very low RCS detection with a very high probability of detection. We also are looking at demonstrating of a very low probability of intercept for the operation of the radar based on low powers required for the transmission of the entangled photons. This is our core design and development. I would like to stress that the outcome of this particular development, we are not looking at a deployable product. We are primarily looking at a lab demonstration. We are expecting that we are able to achieve a TRL of about 3 to 4 to 5 at the end of the development, and we would expect your timelines to be commensurate to a readiness for TRL 3 to 5. We also would like you a very clear way ahead on how do we move from the TRL 345 to a deployable product in a phase 2, which will be not part of this particular development, but as a phase 2 which we will take on later. So the initial phase of this design and development is to achieve a laboratory demonstration in a shore establishment. That means somewhere ashore and not on a ship. But we would need a very clear way ahead and a pathway to achieve a deployable product, which we can thereafter take on board a ship for testing and validation.
In this particular field, Captain Kunal Tiwari here, though we have given that it should work on the principles of quantum entanglement, if we get some different suggestions, we are open to that also. However, the basic criteria is to have quantum mechanics or quantum sensing into it, as that is one of the only credible means to beat stealth technology.
So whatever is the final development should have demonstrable improvements over the classical radar for detection of stealth, low RCS objects, as well as having a low probability of intercepts. So we finished the primary brief of the project. We are willing to take on questions if any.
Yes, sir. Can I ask questions? So this is KK from Ajan.
Yes, sir, please go ahead, sir.
So I think that, as you correctly said, that entanglement is the primary these things, okay, to develop this. So my question is that any kind of specification is defined, like the entanglement generation rate, then the fidelity and the build initially. Any specification has been provided, or it has to come from the?
See, I'll tell you, this is a very niche field. If I specify now,
Okay,
I will
yeah.
be tying your hands. I don't want to do that. That is why we are
Okay.
going only up
Okay.
to TRL level 5.
Okay.
This process is
Fine.
a co-development process. It is not a something which is available. You have to develop it. So if I
Yeah, understood. I
specify,
think DRD is also doing some kind of R&D on this area, I believe. You know?
Maybe we are not aware of any DIP development at the moment. The IDEX case is
Okay.
because there is no known current development which is going on.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
all these specifications have been kept broad. Why? Because this is a very niche field. We know, we
Hmm.
understand. We can't, if I make it watertight at the beginning, it will become unrealistic.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yes, so that is why we specifically said that the only criteria we put is that it needs to be a room temperature generation of these quantum pairs and not cryogenic, because as soon as you go to cryogenic, then the sizes become very large, the
Large,
dependencies
yeah.
become very large for a deployable product.
Right.
But sir,
Understood.
so far at the room temperature, survival of photon is technically not feasible. This will survive for few milliseconds or less than that.
We understand that, and we also are aware that there are some proposals which have come for this room temperature generation of quantum entangled pairs, and that is what we have included in our criterias.
And
हेलो सर,
just
मेरा नाम राज बहादुर रावत है.
एक मिनट सुनिए ताकि सबका कॉमन मैं एक चीज क्लियर कर दूं. Entanglement is one part of it. I want to even make it broader. It has to have quantum sensing into it. How you do can be determined as we move ahead.
Hmm. Hmm.
We do not want to restrict you at the very start.
Okay. Understood. Understood. Okay.
I'm again stressing we are only looking at a lab demonstrating prototype with a wayhead for a deployable product in a second phase, not part of this project. The second phase will not be part of this project. The end state of this project is a lab demonstrator with a wayhead for a deployable product.
Hmm. Hmm.
Any other questions, sir?
So another question, sir, is I have like when you said in the testing and the certification section you mentioned, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now in that question, like what are the like now when they which lab is going to going to test it? So they are going to validate the entanglement matrix, detection claim, and everything. Like how it works, because the certifications is going to happen based on what.
Yes, sir. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that is part of National Quantum Mission. The
Okay.
government is in another 2-3 months will come out with a list of which will be the certified labs for testing.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. So another thing is, since you are doing that, just a basic thing. Again, not in technology wise, talking about methodology wise. Like if we do that, if we compare the traditional radar, okay, with the quantum radar. The purpose of the quantum radar is basically not to detect it by the enemy and instantly happening through the photon, quantum sensing, right? So there's very less detectable. The Is there any standard like benchmark for that in a method, which can be comparable to the current radar classical radar baseline we need to consider?
Yeah, okay. Now again, I will, आप लोग सब specifics में जा रहा है. अगर मैं अभी कर दूंगा, you will
Okay,
get, it's like putting, locking doors.
understood.
Do remember, even the present radars which are there are various types of radars, from
Mhm.
ESA radar to low end
search.
to track and search radars. All depends upon the size of the radar, which is naturally determined by the frequency,
Hmm.
power output,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? That has a bearing on weight and the cooling requirements.
Right.
Right. So if I tell you that to have a if I put a benchmark on a radar which weighs 8 tons, then you will be in trouble from the starting,
Got it.
right?
Fair enough.
I don't want to do that.
Clear enough, sir. So, another thing, sir,
Remember this I want to take it only up to TRL level 5,
5.
so
Okay.
that this technology is very nascent in India at least.
At least, yeah. So another thing is that you have mentioned in the
So
IP.
before we start developing, if I put restrictions on it, anyone who's developing will find problems.
Yes, agree, sir. Agree.
And the thing is that we need to move fast, so that's why we are saying TRL level 5 you give us in a time frame which is operationally feasible. It should not take 5 years to reach TRL level 5.
Got it. Okay. Timeline. Okay, noted. So in that, you also mentioned about the IP ownership, fabrication process, and the source code. So how this going to be managed under this project?
So again, this is in the admin part of the project. This can get discussed with DIO separately.
No problem. Done.
And please do remember the quantum India mission, which is there. It's such a nascent stage. We 15 days back had a meeting. All this part which you have said has been written as action point, and it is going to come from it being monitored at the highest level in India.
Okay, understood.
So right now, if I give an answer, I don't have an answer, but
No
it is
problem.
being worked on.
Okay, sir.
And all these things format will come which will aid you. Okay.
Okay.
So whosoever is finally there will get aided by a lot of government agencies. Without that, this technology is not feasible.
Got it. Yeah.
So you have got those acceleration hubs. One of it will be made part of you. Who will keep guiding you, help you in testing, provide you all details, how it is to be done.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please
Yes, sir,
state
please go ahead.
who.
This is Bakul,
Which company is this, sir?
Meridianus Innovations.
Yes, sir, please go ahead, sir.
For this, as you can understand, it's a very limited technology. So can this be done in partnership?
A partnership with whom, sir?
So let's say Meridianus as a company can partner with some other company which can provide quantum level hardware. Can be from a vendor side do a partnership, joint venture, or partnership to provide the solution.
Okay, Mr. Bakul, this will be answered by DIO, but let me just make something clear. You are not a vendor. You are going to be developing a technology.
We want technology.
Okay. Second, for partnership part, you'll have to ask DIO because DIO has its own rules when it comes to IDEX challenges. So you'll have to ask this question to DIO.
Understood.
The idea is to have this technology available in India and not be dependent on any external countries or sources for core understanding and IP.
And
that's what
we all know one single firm cannot make everything. But the contract, DIO will clarify further, is with only one MSM.
Yeah. Got it.
I would like to clarify in between. All admin related questions can be answered at the end of the technical session. For now, just stick to the technical part only. This is for all the firms.
हाँ सर, मेरा नाम राज बहादुर रावत है। मेरा प्रश्न ये है सर कि जो आपने पहले शर्त लगाई है क्रायोजेनिक की, तो सर रूम टेम्परेचर मेंटेन करने के लिए कोई ना कोई रेफ्रिजरेशन टेक्नोलॉजी जरूरत पड़ेगी ना सर? तो उसमें क्या कोई अदर टेक्नोलॉजी हम यूज कर सकते हैं सर?
एक मिनट आप बताइए, आप कौन सी जगह से, कौन सी कंपनी?
ड्रोंगल एरोस्पेस सर, ड्रोंगल एरोस्पेस प्राइवेट लिमिटेड सर।
ओके, आपका फर्म करता क्या है?
सर रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट इन फील्ड ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड फोटोनिक्स स्पेशली।
ओके, तो ऐसा होता है कि जहाज पे ना एसी लगा होता है, वहाँ जो जनरल टेम्परेचर which is maintained is around 24 to 26 degrees.
Okay, okay.
But we don't want you to go into cryogenic cooling. You need to be able to achieve this without cryogenic cooling, the generation of the entangled pairs.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Any other questions, sir?
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. It's Gyanesh this side from IQSub Labs Private Limited and Gyanadraksha Labs Private Limited. We already have a patent on this quantum radar development for the DAD, Directorate of Aerospace Design, and we have been working with them for past 2 years. Likewise, also submitted the proposal to NQM. In chat history, I have given you the details of patent. You just go through it once in the Indian patent portal, and we can discuss further on the modifications required at room temperatures also.
Of course, sir, you're more than welcome to participate in this particular project, sir. If you have something already ready for demonstration, you can indicate to us, and we'll be happy to come and have a look at it.
Sure. Can I have any nodal agency mail ID for this, where we can write it down?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I would request you come through DIO only, sir.
Sure. Okay.
Because it's still we are not in 1-to-1 right now. It is through DIO till the time the winner is established. So for everything, please come through DIO.
Noted. Note.
Sir, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir. Please introduce yourself and the company name, sir.
Sir, I'm Amol. I'm from Sarabhai Green Energy. I would like to know, I mean, these problem and challenge statements, will they be available for us for referencing later on?
In what way?
The PDF file which you have, the PDF file which you are showing, are you
So
going to
it's
give us
already on
access?
the IDEX website. It is already on the IDEX website.
Okay, so last time I when I check, I was not able to identify. Let me check again. All right, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Any other queries, sir? DIO, I think we've been able to answer whatever queries are there right now. Maybe if
Right,
there
sir.
are admin queries, you can take on.
So if anyone has any further queries, they can definitely write down a mail to us on our IDEX website. You can see a mail mentioned over there in the contact us ID. You can share any concern things with us on the mail and we'll answer that. All right then. Without wasting any further time, I would like to say thanks to the concerned officer for answering the questions and providing the insights. And we'll now move on to the next challenge, that is development of submarine fiber optic cable embedded with distributed acoustic sensing system for underwater detection. I would request the concerned nodal officer to please start the session.
Just give us a moment. The concerned nodal officer is will just change seats with me right now. So just give us another 2-3
Sure,
minutes.
sure, sir. We can wait.
What's happening, sir? Is it starting?
DIO, the nodal officer is here. You can start off with the proceedings.
Let's start, sir. DIO is missing in action.
Please, let's start. I think so. The participants may not be available for some time. I request TDAC to kindly conduct the session.
So we'll have to wait for DIO to be here.
Yeah, I think so. TDAC, Captain Rohit from IDEX. I'm already in the listening mode. I request you to start with the session. We are waiting for the naval group people from the IDEX to join. It's a technical outreach. You may conduct the session.
TDAC, can you hear us?
Yeah, we were waiting for you. Kindly conduct the session.
Hello. I hope I'm audible now.
Yes, you are.
All right. TDAC, you may take over now.
DIO, this is DSR. Could you please put the problem statement on screen?
Sure, sir. Is my screen visible?
Fiber optic cable.
Yes, it is.
All right, sir.
DIO, you are visual. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm the concerned project officer from Naval Headquarters for the challenge titled Development of Submarine Cable Fiber Optic, Development of Submarine Fiber Optic Cable Embedded with Distributed Acoustic Sensing System for Underwater Detection. So essentially what at Naval Headquarters we are looking at is underwater detection of let's say submarines, AUVs or UUVs remains a challenge because the medium is not very receptive to all kinds of EM wave propagation, as the audience is already aware. So through this distributed acoustic sensing system, what we are trying to look out is we are trying to find out some alternate means by which we can improve the detection of underwater any platform or diver or anyone who is trying to enter the concerned areas where we want them not to enter. So that is the background to it, and in case there are any queries, then I am here now.
So this is Dhruv Goel from Technica Fiber Tech. So my first question is do we have to do it on an existing cable or do we have to lay our own cables?
So initially, you are asking that whether you have to lay your own cable or not.
To show detection, do we have to lay our own cable or is there an existing cable, fiber optic cable that we'll need to show it on?
So that part we are still looking into it, but essentially right now we are looking at the capability to design and develop this sensor per se, which can be fitted in a fiber optic cable. So
Yes.
based on the responses that we receive, then we can take it forward as to the cable part of it.
No, sir. My question. I'm sir. This is KK from Agente. I think in addition to these questions, right? So the technology you are expecting basically technology to be developed, like for the sensing, right? The fibers. Two ways you can do, right? From the existing fiber, whatever you have already laid down, right? Or a fiber which you can in parallel you can deploy that and get it. So you are expecting like we are do the technology development, okay, for or the sensor part, right? Sensing those particular this thing, right? So that can be anything. Then you can decide it, whether to be a separate one or the existing one, correct?
No, so that is what I'm saying. I have not yet specified in my PDS the problem statement that whether this who lays the cable part of it. As of now, it is kept open-ended to the interpretation. But however, what I am reiterating is essentially we are looking at this technology that is distributed acoustic system, which can be mounted on a submarine fiber optic cable. Who lays the cable, what stage, that is a subsequent follow-on that we can discuss it subsequently as and when the PDS PRU gets uh, published in the open domain.
Okay, fine. So then what is the deployment depth you are expecting, sir, this cable?
Indian Ocean region, mostly Arabian Sea, and apna Bay of Bengal. These are the two areas that we are looking at.
No, that will be, I know, understand that. Will there be floating also have to consider, or it will be laying down on the, mud, rock, and this bottom?
No. This is this sensor distributed acoustic sensing system has to be fitted on a submarine fiber optic cable, which is laid on the seabed, not on a
Seabed.
floating.
Floating. Okay.
Yeah.
The next question is, will you provide the acoustic sensors, acoustic signatures, or do we have to just demonstrate on what we have?
So the signatures as on date are available in open domain, ships, mammals, anything that is there in the open domain. So if you're saying that you want to train your, AI ML algorithm, that part you're referring to para 3 of the challenge brief definition, correct?
That's right,
Development
sir,
of
that's
AI
right.
ML based, yeah. So
That's right.
you can train your algorithm based on the open source data that is available.
So,
Okay,
but
okay.
sir, you'll also be having some kind of libraries, right? Apart from the open source. So, you will provide that, or only that open
I
source will
will
suffice?
I will not answer that question in the open domain, but
Okay,
you know,
fine.
should
Okay.
should there be any queries, then we can revert to it one to one specifically.
Sure. Okay.
And so the next question is, you say we need to establish ground control station. Now, where do these ground control stations need to be established?
So preferably within naval premises. But let's say, this question was from Mr. Dhruv, correct?
Right, sir.
So Dhruvji, basically ground control station part will be, पहले टेक्नोलॉजी चाहिए मुझे, आप समझ रहे हैं? So मुझे ये I want to develop this technology first. Ground control station, I don't think so it's a major thing. आपका let's say TRL level पे अगर आप देखेंगे तो ground control station establishment is not a major. That can be handled and tackled by firm.
Agreed, sir. So, but just give me I mean, in your thought process, how will it go? Because the sensor exists. We already work on fiber optic sensing. We're already doing something with the Navy, but and DAS. I mean, it's not like 100% indigenous, but yeah, it's like decent 30-40% indigenous. So we can start work on it immediately. But how do you envision it happening? I mean, how do the trial happen? I mean, we train our this thing on open source, I understand. Then what happens?
No, so that is why basically, like this session is essentially an outreach, correct? So we are just laying it out to the industry. Ki what are the broad, things that we are laying out? So it's expectations, yeah. So essentially, this problem statement, hence it is broad based, and it is going into the open, matlab, to the open world. Ki, theek hai, I am looking for this kind of a sensor with this following capabilities. Exact details subsequently again we'll also based on this outreach session, whatever was data was uploaded on the IDEX website, firms will reply us, and then we'll finally PDSPRU when we take it out at naval headquarters, it will be much more depth and details. But till such time it's not there in the open domain, I am also bound by the procedure. So I get your point, but trials and all, how to go about that, ground control station kahan pe establish hoga, that we'll discuss subsequently to the PDSPRU getting published.
Understood, sir. Abhi, right now, what you told me is that I can train my system on the open source this thing. That if I understand that right.
Yeah,
Sir,
that is correct.
Yeah, sir. Another question on regarding that and the training the model. See, one is basically your open source acoustic libraries and everything, but we also might need the satellite feeds and the sonar and everything data inputs, right? So will you provide that, or will also look for that open source and try to see in that model?
Okay, I understand Mr. Ajayan had asked this question, correct?
Yeah. This is KK from Ajan, yeah.
Ajayan ji, basically what I said before also, that I will not answer what I have and what I'll
fair
provide in the open domain. PDSPRU after it is dished out, one-to-one, because these things have got a connotations.
No problem. I'll write an email. I'll write email, sir. So got it. Okay, sir. No problem.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Sir, good afternoon. This is Ramesh Pagadipalli from CATFAM India Private Limited.
Good afternoon, Ramesh ji.
Sir, the similar type one EOI was published last year from NSTL. This is a similar challenge. Either NSTL also taking this opportunity themselves to development of the similar system.
Ramesh ji, I'll not be able to comment on EOIs which are published by other organizations.
See, other organization that is also part of the Ministry of Defense. You are also part of the Ministry of Defense.
But
That's why
I represent.
specifically
Got your
for
point,
every question cannot be like as in a public domain. I can't disclose. This EOI was published in public domain. That's why I'm asking. It will be a repetitive process again. If the NSTL is doing, some other also putting efforts. End of the day, it will get drained. That is my point.
You can formally communicate, Ramesh ji, whatever point you have, and then we'll take it up. But as of now, this outreach session is for this particular problem statement 12. So if you have specific queries with respect to the UF NSTL, then I will request that if you can communicate with NSTL.
Again, the KK from Ajan. So for the system interface with the NCO grid and the target database management systems, are you expecting to direct integration with the systems, or you will be providing API or some other middleware to design?
Dhruvji, the question that I and NCO create, that we can get to the technicalities once the PDSPRU gets published, and these things are, as you aware, it has to be resolved between NHU and the whichever party bilaterally.
Agreed, sir. मैंने कोई question नहीं पूछा अभी, sir.
Okay. Sorry. Somebody else had posed that question.
No problem, sir. It's done clear now. Okay, we will not ask any further question on this. But that questions were coming. No problem.
Hi, sir. This is Anup Kumar Upadhyay from Iotech World Navigation Private Limited. So, if I understand this correctly, sir, there are two things, right? So, when we talk about the complete solution, it will be like complete infrastructure, right? So, it is something similar to the perimeter fencing below the water. That is what I hope you are referring to, where your existing, trespassing methods are not 100% effective. That's the reason you are looking for some optical fiber based AIML based solution wherein you can detect any intruder entering in your restricted area, right? Is my understanding correct?
You are correct, Anupji.
Okay. Now my question is, are you looking for the complete solution wherein laying down the whatever 100 kilometer, 5 kilometer you have written, like laying down the optical fiber, and then there will be a repeaters and blah blah blah. There'll be a hell lot of other hardwares associated so that the signals properly reaches to the ground control station on the server, and then you run all your algorithm to filter out the noise and find out the intruder point. So are you looking for the complete solution, or you're just looking for developing the AIML algorithm, a part of it? So I just wanted to understand. Or it will be part of the proposal.
Anupji, the question that you're asking will be much more, get clarified once the full PDS PRU is published. But as of now, what we entail is, clearly specified in this challenge brief definition.
Okay. So you're looking for a DAS, design and development optical fiber based DAS system, data acquisition and detection system. That is what you're looking.
Distributed acoustic sensing.
Okay. Because you said that you already have laid down your cables for submarines and all those things. So
No, I did not say that I have laid down my submarine cables. I said that exact technicalities of who lays the cable, how is it going, how the trial methodology will be going to done, that will be specified to firms at a later date once the PDS PRU gets formally published. But as on date, what you are looking in front of the screen is what Naval Headquarters is looking at is the point number 127.
Got you. And sir, this application can be done in consortium because there will be many, let us say, if laying down the cable or some mechanical work needs to be done or some civil works needs to be done. So it can be done in a consortium manner also, whereas other party can join hand together and provide you the solution. Is it possible?
Anupji, the question they're asking, actually, it's a bit early in the day to ask that contract. Otherwise, as per, contracts will be executed as per IDEX cases through DIO, and it will be as per the DAP 20, Defense Acquisition Procedure 2020, which is in vogue on this day.
Okay, means consortium is allowed or not? That is my question.
No.
No, you said no, I believe.
No, I said that this kind of contractual, how the contracts will be executed, you can ask it to DIO.
Okay, got you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So
one more question, sir. One more question. Yeah, one more request. Please don't tie it down to 100 kilometers and 5 kilometers, because 5 kilometers depends on lots of things, and 100 kilometers means what? One direction or 5 directions. So, I mean, my request is don't tie it down to this.
Dhruvji, we are not tying it up. We have just said the monitoring range up to, hence the word up to 100K.
Oh, it does say up to. I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah.
Does say up to? Okay, up to. Okay.
And more than 5 kilometers also, more than 5 kilometers also, I mean, it depends on the conditions, right? So in some conditions you will do maybe get 20 kilometer detections. Some conditions you might not even get 5. I mean, that's just a point. But I understand your point. I mean, you don't want to tie us down. Agreed.
All right. Any further questions?
No. No, sir, thank you.
There are some questions, but we'll just stick to the first 7 points, right? So not the future expectations.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, okay.
All right, then. Then we'll move on to the next challenge, next session. Thank you so much, sir, for clarifying all the queries and giving us the opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. We'll start with the third session of the day, automatic ammunition feeding system for 76 mm gun. I will request the concerned nodal officer to please join.
Yeah, DIO, just give us a minute. The concerned nodal officer will be here, and I think we should be able to start
Sure,
ASAP.
sir. Meanwhile, answering the question about the consortium one, so the two companies can have a joint venture and they can have a new company for that purpose, rather than they cannot really apply it differently in two different forms. I hope I've answered the question. Also, all the participants, please be informed that the session recordings will be available at our IDEX YouTube channel, so you can watch that whenever you will like.
DIO, the concerned nodal officer is here. We can start off.
Sure, sir. Please take over, sir. Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, okay. So the challenge is automatic ammunition feeding system for 76 gun mounts. The Indian Navy platforms are fitted with 76 caliber gun mounts from corvettes and above. The problem is that presently, although the system is totally automatic loading, but there is a place in a lower feeding mechanism which needs to be manually loaded. Now, in the present scenario, ammunition is loaded physically into a magazine which is a deck below. Basically, you can say one floor below the lower feeding system of gun mount. So all this ammunition has to be manually carried and fed into that system. Now, this ammunition is around 14 to 15 kg in weight, and basically one person can carry only one ammunition, and he has to travel one full deck to load the ammunition. Now, in case the loading requires say 80 rounds, 70 rounds, then it becomes a challenge, and there are around 4 or 5 people involved which are continuously taking around say 1 to 2 hours to load the gun mount. However, with this challenge, what we want is that ammunition is stored in such a way in a magazine that it with a push button or a program mode something, the ammunition gets loaded from its storage condition to lower feed mechanism without even human intervention, reducing the requirement of human labor, as well as this particular thing will provide gun mount with ready to use, basically ready to fire rounds to its max storage capability available. As of now, that is not feasible because whatever you load in RFM, that is ready to use. Thereafter, you need to reload the gun mount again. So this is the overall requirement. Any questions? I'm open.
So what is the speed of loading you're targeting? Is there a specific specification?
Yeah, so the lower feed mechanism which itself rotates at 400 cycles per minute. So the loading mechanism, when it is feeding to the lower feed mechanism, he has to cater for that particular speed.
So it's 400 rounds that we need to load per minute. Is that correct? Or
Not 400, it's a that speed is that, but maximum you can load is 80 in one
so
go.
80 rounds per minute should be loaded onto the lower feed conveyor.
No, so see, 80 rounds need to be loaded, but with a speed of 400 cycles per minute. See, the speed, the revolving speed is 400 cycles per minute, but the maximum storage capacity is 80. So you cannot cross that 80.
80. So I should be designing the system which is one deck away. So should be able to take ammunition from one deck away and load it into the system.
Correct. And it should also act as a storage system. So it should not be that there's a manual person again has to feed that particular system. So in a normal, when gun is not operating, it's a storage condition wherein that ammunition should be safe and stored inside the one deck below magazine. And thereafter, when it is required, system is switched on, it can continue as a feeding to the lower feeding mechanism.
Okay. And what's the exact distance?
That would vary ship to ship, but you can maximum take anywhere around 5 meters, 4 to 5 meters. You can, like a rough ballpark figure, you can take.
Okay. And what is the storage condition of the shells in storage? Will it be in crates or will it just be kept in shelves, or how does it work?
No, shells, directly in shells, not in crates.
So in shelves, which is in how many matrix?
Not shelves. So basically, I want that there has to be vertical slots down below, wherein direct ammunition can be stored in that particular slots while it is stored.
Okay, got it. So while
There should
storing
not be any
itself, you
separate
want
shelf requirement. Yes.
got it. So you want us to design the storage system itself, which is compatible to load it into your lower deck
Feed mechanism. Correct. Correct.
Yeah. So we are defining the storage mechanism also, basically.
Correct.
Got it. And how much of capacity should we design the storage capacity?
A minimum 400, maximum 500.
Okay, so that's where the 400, 500 comes. Got it. Okay, got it. Got it. Okay.
One question here. I am from KD Defense, Krishna Defense, Mumbai, and I just wanted to understand this storage system which is required, where these shells are actually now fed in, but that storage still has to be actually fed in and made to readiness by human interaction only, no? Because
No, so
storage
that's
is
what we don't want. So we don't want any shelf. That all shelf has to go away. This particular system needs to have slots wherein the ammunition can be stored in a vertical fashion and it can be
okay.
directly loaded. If there is even a single time human intervention is required, it is no more required.
From somewhere actually this has to be loaded into the vertical storage system, no?
No, so it is not sometime. That first time when ship is getting loaded, that time it will get loaded because obviously ammunition is coming from outside.
Okay.
But
So it has to
thereafter,
travel.
once it comes on ship, there is no more human intervention required. Otherwise, it will
Okay,
be of no use.
understood. And I think then from there, you are saying is that key, it is approximately 4 to 5 meters it has to travel.
Correct.
Okay.
Sir, the storage, the loading of it, is it happening in the horizontal axis of the munition or vertical axis?
Vertical.
Vertical. So even the storage before it also is vertical is advised basically because there's no
See,
point.
right now it is horizontal, but I don't want to complicate the situation more. That's why I'm saying that even if you give a vertical storage, it's okay.
So vertical, okay, got it, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Commander Berry. I just wanted to understand that is it possible to show any drawings, showing the how it is stored, the ammunition, and also the other question I had is that I think BHEL Haridwar or other agencies which have been involved earlier, in the installation of the gun mounts and all. So have they attempted something like this earlier?
No, sir. It has been opened only for the first time. So this idea itself is novice.
Okay. So is it possible to show any drawings which could, clarify? Because, like they say that a picture speaks more than 1,000 words, na? But I mean, because people have got some, people who have not been on ships and all, so they have some doubts. So if you can show a drawing of how it is stored, so I think
Right
maybe
now,
you
sir.
can. It,
Right now, sir.
I don't know. I mean, if it's possible now, otherwise, would they have access to it later on? I mean, would
No,
there be a
later on, I'll
possibility?
provide, sir. There is no this thing, sir. We will provide how is it stored right now and how it is not supposed to be done. What is that broad diagrammatic representation will be available, sir.
And usually for the ADITI challenges, there is a business case and a potential market that's provided. I'm not sure why. Is it a one-time kind of a thing, or will there be future requirements for this as well?
Sir, so entire world, sir, this gun mount is available across navies, more than 1,000 gun mounts, sir.
Okay.
And Navy itself would have next 4 to 5 years around 80 ships with same gun mounts. So
Okay.
I think it should have a better business proposition.
Got it, sir. Okay. I was just curious because it was nil, so I just wanted to ask. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes.
You're only targeting for 76 mm ammunition. You're not going any configuration.
So that is only standardized caliber as of now, sir, for me.
It's only for one kind, right?
Yes, sir. Yes. Anything else, sir?
Is it the same system for Russian and the Italian Automalara guns, or it's going to be the same arrangement for the Russian guns and the
The
Automalara?
Russian guns are on their way out, sir. So no more Russian guns, sir. Only Automalara.
Okay. Only Automalara. Okay.
Anything else, sir? So, sir, if there are no more questions, with permission, I could take leave, sir.
Yeah, just one question. Is it possible to answer that?
Please tell me, sir.
Yeah, I just wonder, is there going to be the guns, this mixture of the ammunitions?
Yes, sir. Different types.
So different type of ammunitions has to be actually stored in the same vertical racks, or it is to be mixed in the vertical rack itself?
Sir,
It's a
it will
proper
be
induction.
no. So it is like, say there are. I'm just giving hypothetical. Suppose there are 20 slots. So it
Yeah.
may happen that 5 slot will have one type, 5 slot will have another type, and there should be ability for a person to map those ammunitions so that while it is getting loaded up, only the selected type gets loaded.
Okay. So proper indexing has to be done through the software control in the controller.
Correct, sir.
So that it actually gets loaded into the main lift mechanism.
Correct, sir. Correct, sir.
Okay.
That's all, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you very much. I'll hand over to Trader.
Thank you so much, sir. If there aren't any queries, then we will conclude the session. Alright then, TDAC, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. And for any further queries, you may write us to our mentioned email IDs on our website. The same will be answered. Alright then, thank you so much.
DIO TDAC, are we done for the day?
Yes, sir, we are done for the day.
Thank you. Then we can sign off. Thank you to all the industry members who are here. Thank you for your keen interest.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.